Dennis Horton. He's the executive director of the Rockford Regional Office of the Better Business Bureau. Dennis, good morning to you.
Good morning, Riley. You know, Riley, the next time we talk, you can do me a favor and not mention winter weather advisory, okay?
Yeah, I would love to. Every other day we get hit with this sort of thing. I'd love to go a few days and go, it's just going to be nothing but nice.
That'd be wonderful.
But I can't, all part of that, the whole credibility thing. Anyway, let's talk about some things that you can save people from falling prey to. And I got a whole list this morning. What's up with the concealed carry permit?
Well, you know that there are very, very strict regulations on concealed carry and how you can go about acquiring a concealed carry permit, and that you must do this through the Illinois State Police. However, there are people, I assume, who are out there who will find the easy way out. And so if they receive this email, they may try to take advantage of it. An email is being sent claiming that you can get very easily a concealed carry permit good here in Illinois, good in all 50 states. And all you have to do is provide your personal information and pay the fee, and it's all good for you.
Yeah, first off, the big problem, there's not a reciprocal dealing with all 50 states right off the bat, so that'll trip you up. Oh, man.
Yes, and so you see the same thing that came to mind when Dwayne stepped in my office. Sometimes it brings him out of his chair when he gets some of these calls, and I looked at him and said, well, you realize that someone who is interested in carrying a gun and having a concealed carry permit probably should have done their homework. And if they are a person who falls for this scam or who doesn't recognize that this is a scam right away, they probably shouldn't have a gun to begin with.
There is that thought that if, you're going to try to shortcut everything and not pay any attention to what the actual legalities are in something, you're barking up the wrong tree here.
Right, but we want to make people aware that there are no shortcuts to getting a concealed carry permit. You must follow the law and work through the Illinois State Police Department.
Otherwise, you will meet up with the Illinois State Police Department, and it won't be all that pleasant for you.
You're absolutely right.
All right, so watch that. You get the one-size-fits-all concealed carry thing. Oh, don't worry about the cops. Just go through us. Don't do it. All right. Amazon email scam fraud on your account.
Everyone that I know, and probably you and most people out there, are having things delivered to their house and using Amazon Prime to do it.
Yep.
Now you're getting emails that claim that there is fraud on your account and that you must pay this fraud, overage because of the fraud that has been committed. They're not even asking you to prove that you didn't do it. They're just telling you have to pay up right now $500 or you will go to jail. So the payment demand is that you go in, obviously get a gift card, call the person back and give them the numbers on the back of that gift card. They get the money and you get ripped off.
Okay. Is it safe to say, because I'm noticing this thread that runs through many of these scams, which is we want to be paid via gift card?
Yes, because it is almost impossible to trace that gift card.
Okay.
And what has happened with Western Union and MoneyGram is that their staffs have been trained now to spot scams a lot, and that they've also made it easier if you have become a victim to trace that money order and find out where it went. So scammers are aware of that, and now to circumvent getting caught that way, they ask you to get a gift card or an iTunes gift card to pay up.
Which just seems so odd. Yeah, you owe us money, but we'd like it in an iTunes card. Oh,
right.
Well, all right, sure. Yeah, lots of places do business like that.
And you'd be surprised how many people have called us and actually went to the store and bought the gift card.
Oh, man. Yeah, about the time you think, who could fall for this, someone does.
And that's, it's a sad thing that, we talk about these scams every other week. We are talking about them. And since the first of the year, the ones that I'm talking to you about today are all new. And why do they keep happening? I'm always asked, because they work and people pay.
Yeah, that was, because I had somebody ask me last week, I got one of those IRS calls. Why do they keep doing that? Everyone's talking about the fact that these are phony calls. I said, well, because not everyone's getting the message, and as long as they can keep extracting money from people, they're going to keep running it.
And they just change it or tweak it just a little bit, and as you say, people keep falling for it, and they pay up.
So you get the note, you've got a fraud on your Amazon Prime account. Your best bet then would be, make contact with Amazon yourself.
Yes. Never use any number that is provided to you in an email, or if it's a robocall, if that caller leaves a number to call back. If you fear that this might be something that is legitimate, before you do that, give us a call here, and we'll explain to you that this may or may not be real. But if that number that you are calling, you are simply calling the people who are perpetrating the scam. So if you are concerned, then you should go to the Amazon customer service phone number that you will find on their website.
Yep. Listen to them directly, not another number, and certainly don't respond to an email and give all of your information that way in order to short circuit all of it, because they're going to run off with that too.
Right, and very often Amazon will post a banner on their website explaining that this scam is taking place.
Oh, good. So they're wise to all of it and trying to help out at the same time. Because, well, yeah, they don't want to be sending out product to stuff that they're not going to get any money back on either.
Right, and they don't want their customers ripped off by thieves.
No, that ends up being a bad business model, too. So, yeah, I can see where Amazon would have a problem with that one. All right, next on our list, a new back brace. Medicare may even pay for it, except you'll pay for it.
Exactly. This one works on fear, Riley. Medicare and people are very concerned about, their benefits and nothing going wrong with their benefits. And who knows? At some point, you may in fact need a back brace, but you get an email, or actually an email sometimes, or a call. Look at my notes. You get a call from someone who's claiming to be a patient patient advocate for Medicare, and that you have ignored the letters that have been previously sent to you, where you could sign up for and receive a free back brace, and you're about to lose that benefit. Well, you may not need a back brace today, but with all the ice we have on the street
yeah, it
now,
could happen.
You could need one, in the next few minutes. So it sort of creates fear in individuals who are on Medicare and who may at some point need some kind of brace, and they fear under this that they will lose their benefits in the future. Now, this is truly just an identity theft scam, and they're trying to get you to provide them with all of your personal information, and what they're seeking here is your social security number. And when you turn that over to them, you are in a world of trouble.
Oh, yeah, you want to be extremely careful. Yeah, especially when the social security number conversation starts happening, be really sure you know who you're talking to.
Exactly, and keep in mind that the Social Security Administration or anyone from Medicare is not going to be making these kinds of calls to you. If there is something that they want to alert you to, they will send you a letter. And if you have questions about that letter, then you, again, go to the website and call their customer service line.
Right. Don't reply to the same number that's attached to whatever you get.
Exactly.
All right. Makes perfect sense. And the ComEd robocall.
Yes, with our utility bills being quite high this winter,
yeah.
there are robocalls claiming to be from ComEd that you have overpaid, and that you can get an immediate rebate by providing that person with, again, your personal information. They may ask you for your bank account information so they can direct deposit for you, making this a really easy thing for you to do and get your money back, because we could all use a few extra bucks with our extremely high utility bills. Well, obviously, ComEd isn't making those phone calls, and if you do overpay, as we all know, ComEd simply applies it to your next bill. They don't make rebates or refunds unless you demand one for some reason.
Right, so it just goes on to as a future credit then.
Right.
All right. This one is really a lot more insidious than it appears on its face, because the idea, oh man, I overpaid. Wow, someone's being honest and letting me know I gave too much money and they're going to get it back to me. It just seems like, all right, well, no one's trying to trick me out of anything. They're trying to give me back what's mine.
Yes, and again, you know, that's it, it's about the truth and belief. And the scammers, this is, you know, their job, and they are very, very good at doing their job. When you and I get up and do our 9 to 5, well, you do a lot earlier than that, but we become proficient at what we do. Well, so have the scammers, and they look at what's going on in the world. And right now, we are going through extremely difficult winters, and our utility bills are much higher than normal, and they realize that. And sometimes, you know, you may overpay. And if you are not sure that you have, you may think, yes, this is true. I might have overpaid.
Right.
And we'll give them that information. But before you do that, it is the urgency that they try to impart when they make that phone call that you must do this right now. Again, like in most cases, ComEd doesn't make those kinds of phone calls to you saying that you've overpaid, let us give you your money back. It just does not happen. Never has, never will.
No, and they most certainly don't tell you, you know, you need to decide right now on the phone with me or it probably won't happen for you.
Right. It's the urgency that they try to impart to make you act without thinking.
Okay, well, and here we're insisting that you think before you act, and in cases like that, pick up the phone and call the Better Business Bureau and ask, you know, okay, this is the call I got. Is this sort of thing on the up and up? I get the idea you guys are so plugged in, you're not going to keep on hold forever trying to figure it out.
No, and we really do appreciate the people who give us a call and ask the question, because if we're not already aware of it, you're making us aware of it, and we have an opportunity to dig deeper and find out more about it, so that when I give you the call on a Tuesday morning, we can explain to people this is happening. Protect yourself. Yeah,
be very, very careful with that information, especially on one of those, we're just trying to return your money to you. We don't want any money. We have money for you. Well, how could anybody be tricking me that way?
Right.
But then again, they are. And one other note, I talked to a neighbor, and these are the sorts of scams that also happen. This person got a call the other day from someone purporting to be Life Alert-like. They didn't use that particular name, I don't think, but it was have the device around your neck, you go down, you press the button, help is on the way, that sort of thing. Well, my neighbor had been considering a device like this. Mm-hmm. Just happened to come at just the right time. Neighbor begins talking. Give me a credit card number. We'll get that shipped right out to you. So the credit card number is given. The moment the card number, expiration, all that stuff was given, the caller says, my line's breaking up. I'm having trouble hearing you. Let me call you back. And they never called back.
Right.
And then the line that was the number that came up on the caller ID that this neighbor then used to try to make contact again was not that person at all.
Right.
So now we have all the cards canceled. We're waiting for new ones to come. We have someone kicking themselves over being dumb about this sort of thing. But yeah, the minute the credit card information was exchanged, all of a sudden the caller claimed we're having cell phone difficulties, and the call drops.
Right. And the numbers that you see from robocalls like that, these are all computer-generated numbers, and they're not real. They simply will, as you pointed out, will go away as soon as that call is over.
Yep.
Or as soon as the scam is completed.
Right. And then hopefully you realize it, like my neighbor did right away. Oh, no, I've been scammed, and made the call instantly to kill those credit cards and all that. But then you go through that period, you don't have them. You're waiting for them to arrive. What damage was done, that sort of thing. So be extremely careful about that when you give that card number out. And if someone goes, I'm having trouble hearing you, this call may drop, you've been taken.
Right. And one of the good things with some credit cards today is that if you lose your credit card or leave it in a store or at a restaurant or something like that, you can immediately go online and put a hold on your card so it cannot be used instantly. You can do that.
Yep. Talk to your credit card provider about how the best go about doing that. But yeah, that's a right. Nice weapon to have in your arsenal in case that sort of thing happens. Now, for people who want to make contact with you, Dennis, what should they do?
They can give us a call here at the BBB at 815-963-2222.
You'll get great information. You can help them out. They'll help you out. It works very, very well and has for a good long time. Dennis, as always, we appreciate your time and the great information. Look forward to our next chat.
Finally, thank you, and you have a great week.
You too.